guess for either of you, the obvious question is, what's the biggest difference between the first half and the second half?
I'd say defense. We picked up the intensity a lot on the defensive end. The first half, we was kind of letting them cut us in half. They was driving, straight line drives. We weren't stopping the ball. We weren't guarding the ball well. In the second half, Coach Lutz came in there. He gave us a good pep talk. He got on us. In the second half, we picked it up on the defensive end.
Vyctorius, it's a career high for you tonight. What were you seeing out there?
I mean, I feel like scoring has never been a problem for me. I'm just trying to work on my defense. So, I mean, I had a good game, kind of. So we on to the next one, Texas A&M.
Christian, you shot 5 threes tonight. You made 2 of them. Are you kind of trying to get those into your game? Have you always kind of been a three-point guy, or have you been trying to get them more coming here at Oklahoma State?
I kind of have when I was younger, but when I got to college, most of my coaches didn't really let me shoot threes. So when I got here, when I came on my visit, I kind of asked Coach Lutz would he let me shoot threes or whatever. And he was like, yeah, you got the green light to shoot them, as long as you can make them, and as long as you work on them. And I've been working on them all summer, and he told me I could shoot them, so I'm shooting them.
Was the defense in the second half, was it just a matter of locking in? Was there something strategically you guys did, or was it just a matter of playing harder, locking in, concentrating more?
Yeah, definitely concentration. I feel like we got the jitters out early in the first half, so second half we knew what we needed to do. Coach was telling us, like, in order for us to get the best seed, we got to play defense. We got to win by a certain number. So that's what motivated us.
You guys, point guards, had 14 assists, Kanye and Jalen. Just how beneficial is it for scorers like you guys to play with guys who can pass like that?
It's very beneficial because they can find us, like if the big rolling and our man tag, so they can kick out for threes. It's very, very beneficial. We love JC and Kerr and Kanye, and I'm just glad that they're on our team.
You guys were a little short-handed tonight. No Anthony Roy, no Isaiah Coleman. Did that kind of inspire you guys to score more, especially you, Vyctorius, because you're more of a volume scorer type player? Did that kind of push you guys to try and move the ball down the court a little bit more and get some more shots up?
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, most definitely.
15 points for Parsa. Could you guys just speak to what he's able to bring to this team?
Parsa's a big presence in the paint. So we definitely looking for him 100% every time he's down there posting up. So we just looking for him for sure. And as long as he's making the right plays, we're going to definitely find him every time.
In those huddles that you guys have, is he sort of leading the way? It seems like he's directing you guys a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. He is, and I'm kind of am too. I kind of put my little input in a lot because I know a lot of people on the team listen to me because I've been in college for 5 years. I done won. So I kind of just try to put my input in a lot because I done really done it on this level already. So it's just really what it is.
Yeah, Christian, you're the 10th player with the double-double in their first career OSU game. What does that mean to you, just hearing that?
That means a lot. Words can't even explain it. It just means a lot to me because I work so hard on my game and I work so hard to get to this position. Obviously, you know my story. So it means a lot to me, for sure. I'm going to cherish this well. I ain't trying to stop here. I'm trying to keep going.
Kind of a fun question I want to ask you. When Ragland got on the court, he seemed like fan favorite. What was it like seeing him get the cheers for everything he did?
That was a surreal moment. I didn't think they was going to even act like that when he got on the court. But, it seemed like he very active on campus, It seemed like he very active in the classes and on campus, and a lot of people want to see him on the court. So, I feel like Lux should play him.
Obviously it's fun to be back playing basketball in Gallagher-Iba Arena. I'm excited for the future of this team and this program. It was a little bit of a rocky start defensively, but I thought that we righted the ship a little bit more in the second half and showed a glimpse of what we can be defensively. But we've got to be that for 40 minutes moving forward if we're going to be the type of team, that can actually make the NCAA tournament and win some games.
Was it something strategically that flipped defensively, or is it just a matter of concentration, locking in those things?
Matter of concentration and effort. Yeah, a matter of concentration and effort. And we've started, I thought that we started the game at SMU thinking more offense than defense, and we've got to flip that mindset. And I've said it over and over to you guys. This team offensively, I think, is going to be okay. but our biggest area for growth is defensively, and obviously saw that tonight.
Kind of just to the credit of that concentration effort, momentum swung hard in the second half. You guys were able to pull away and kind of make this a game that kind of fell out of reach for ORU. What was said in the locker room between halves that kind of brought them to that point? Was it kind of a fiery speech, or was it more collected, calm, sit them down and straight to the face?
Yeah, I think any of you that know me, it was probably not a collective, calm conversation. But I thought Kurt Cole diving on the floor before the half, I thought that got the crowd going. And so I credit Kirk with getting them going. And then the second half, we were able to come out and get a couple steals and a couple stops. But in reality, out of the first 4 possessions, we made a couple mistakes. We got a little bit lucky. But the conversation is, the G-rated version of the conversation is do your job. Play hard and do your job. If you'll do that, we have enough talent on the roster that I think that we'll have a chance to win some games.
You've coached a lot of season openers. Is this kind of what you expected? Did you play better, or did you play a little less than what you expected?
It's hard for me to answer when you don't have 3 guys that'll be in the rotation in the game. So I give those guys credit. I mean, Chris Coleman hadn't played the wing position, the 3, for us in any practice. We've had 30 practices. So he did a good job of adjusting on the fly. I thought our best lineup was, Chris, Rob, and Parsa. Those guys did a good job defensively. When you've got really, with Chris, he just gives you so much length on the perimeter. And, he stole that one where that kid threw it, and he's just so long, he just grabs it, But, you're going to have that when you don't have when you're missing some guys, which, again, we had at Auburn, and it's a credit to the fellows for figuring it out. And that's what good teams do. They figure it out when things are not perfect.
You have updates on those 3 guys?
Nothing more than what they said on the radio. Left Terrace is dealing with some personal stuff. Isaiah Coleman, it was a coach's decision. It was a discipline matter. And then who's my other one? Anthony Roy is day-to-day on an injury, so we'll see.
The day-to-day, obviously, you don't know, but for Coleman and Left Terrace, do you expect to have them Sunday?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I mean, you never know, but yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Obviously, being shorthanded tonight, did that kind of impact? I mean, obviously, it impacted the game plan tonight, but were you kind of getting some of these guys to kind of do more in the offense than maybe they've done in practice or maybe they did in the exhibition games?
You know what? I don't ever discuss all that. I just always tell them to play the way they're supposed to play. And if we'll share the basketball, we started off the game sharing the basketball. I think we assisted 4 out of our first 7 baskets, but then we got a little selfish and we took a couple crazy shots, and then we don't box out several times and they get offensive rebounds, and now you give them some confidence. And Oral Roberts is a well-coached team, and they play hard. So, that's our fault. But I don't really talk to guys about, hey, I need you to do more tonight. I just need you to be a good player and play the right way. And we've got good enough players that if they'll do that, we'll be fine.
Parsa and Vuk were both big factors inside in the game. Parsa starting and then Vuk playing behind him. What did you see kind of from those two, mainly on the offensive side of the ball, but on defense as well, that was able to make them effective inside? Yeah,
I thought the first half that neither one of them gave us enough force defensively, right? They're out there on the floor and they're doing their job, but the other team doesn't feel them. You've got to impose your will in the game. And I didn't think that they gave us enough, especially in the ball screens and the handoffs. And then the other problem, especially in the first half, is that ball's moving to say we're going right to left. The guys that are over here on this right side are not coming over to the midline and helping. We did a much better job of that and got a couple steals in the second half. But between the 2 of them, I thought they had a good stat line. And if you can, I always look at production by position rather than by person. And if we can get, I don't know what the final line on those 2 was, but probably 18 and 12, be my guess.
26 and 12.
Oh, 26 and 12. Okay. Yeah, I'll take 26 and 12 out of the center position every single night.
How far has Millie come since he came here? That seemed like a totally different dude than we maybe saw last year.
Yeah, I mean, guys, that's not annoying him by any means. I like him. He's been great. He's working hard. But it's still new to him. He didn't play much last year, so, he's going to be put into some positions during the game that he's not going to be familiar with, and he's just got to continue to grow. But because of his physicality and his size, right, if he'll go put his body on people and he'll rebound the basketball, he rebounded the basketball at Auburn, but he fell down a couple times. Tonight, he rebounded. He had himself under control. He was on balance, and he was able to finish and put things back in, and then he made his free throws. Right, so if he can do those things, he's going to be a good player. I like him. I've always liked him. We just got to continue to grow.
Jalen Curry, 13-8. Jalen Curry at 13-8 and 6 with no turnovers. Just his overall game. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought Jalen played well. Outside of a couple crazy shots in the first half, I thought that he pushed the pace. He was in the right position for the most part defensively. I thought we got a little stretched out in the first half, and that's a lot of my fault as well. I had him picking up way high in the first half, whereas in the second half I backed him up some and gave him a little more room. But no, I thought Jalen did a good job, and he's done well at Auburn. He did well tonight. SMU wasn't his best game, but if we can get him focused on running the team and doing what he's asked, I think he can be a productive player for us.
Coach Christian mentioned at one point about him and Parsa trying to take a leadership role as some of the seniors on this new team. With so many new faces, how have you felt about the leadership of your team?
I think it's in ebbs and flows. I think that there's, like many young people these days, when they feel good, they want to lead, and when things aren't always going well, sometimes we'll point the finger and we'll complain and stuff like that. So I think it's got to get better, but those guys try. Christian started off the game, I thought, a little timid. And then, he got a couple rebounds and he started smiling. And when Christian smiles and he's engaged, he's a pretty good player, right? But, we've got to worry about what's best for the team in all situations, not necessarily about ourselves. But he played great tonight. Had a double-double in his debut in an Oklahoma State uniform. If we can have that every night, boy, I'll take it.
Going back to Jalen, he had 8 rebounds. Just how valuable is it to have a guard to go and run down those long rebounds?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I tell those guys, and they get mad at me all the time. Jalen's our best rebounder. Pound for pound, he's our best rebounder. If you go look at our stats in the summer, if you look at our stats from August 25th till today, he's our leading rebounder. Now, the guys are going to tell you it's because we box out and he just goes and gets the ball, which is somewhat true, but I don't let y'all into practice, but if you came to practice, you would see that when we get into rebounding drills, he loves to rebound. So it's a heck of a bonus for our team. I wish we could have the same mentality out of all of them, right? I wish we were fighting for those rebounds more than watching, because we've got to get better in that area.
What does Vyctorius do to get to the line as well as he does? He did that at SMU as well.
Yeah.
He's more mature than a sophomore.
Yeah, Vyctoria's got a really unique offensive game. Obviously, he can shoot the basketball. He can handle it. He's very skilled. I don't want to say he flops, but he certainly makes sure that he gets fouled. And when you're, whatever he is, 175, 85 pounds, and guys are hitting you, you bounce off of them, And so, for him to take the next step, I want to put 15 pounds on him. I want him to walk out there and look like Isaiah Coleman and Anthony Roy, and then we'll have a really, really good player. But he's talented offensively. He really is, and especially when he takes the right shots at the right time. He's pretty good.
Is it tough to prepare for a game like this, knowing you have A&M this Sunday? Like, you don't want to necessarily show your full hand. Does that ever cross your mind at all? I
worry about winning the game at hand. I worried whatever we had to do tonight to win the game, we were going to do to win the game. You can't worry about Texas A&M. I have no idea, what they're going to do. I think they got another game in between. They had one last night. They have one more in between our game, right? But we can't worry about that. We got to worry about, winning our first game at home with a good crowd and a good student section. And I thought people were engaged. I might get railed on Twitter for this, but I like the fact that we moved the fans down, and it's a more enclosed environment. It's a louder environment. They're fantastic on those free throws too. Brahms got to give away some ice cream tonight, if I'm not mistaken. That's a pretty good deal for Brahms, by the way. But anyways, I thought, again, man, you got to worry about winning your first game. It's all that matters.